Hello, ladies and gents. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel again. I want to begin by thanking all of you who have been very generous and kind with your time and watched my videos. And for those of you who have just followed me, I truly, truly appreciate it. I hope that you will stick with me and we will walk on this journey together. Okay, so I want to go back to our small budget business episodes. The last episode, I had given you a homework, and the homework assignment was to ask yourselves the question, why? Why is it that you want to be a small business owner? I hope that you sat down and wrote down in your journal exactly why you have decided that you want to start on this journey, or if you've already started this journey of entrepreneurship or being a small business owner, really taking the time to write down for yourself why it is that you decided to do this. I honestly believe this is probably one of the most important things you will do for yourself, because when you are faced with challenges, which you no doubt will be facing sooner or later, this question is going to come in handy to remind you why you decided to begin this journey. So if you have not done this already, please make some time and sit down somewhere quietly for a little bit of time and ask yourself the question, why is it that you wanted to become a small business owner? Why did you want to start this journey? And really delve into it with your answer. Okay, having said that, let's move on to this episode, episode 4 of my small budget business series. Now, if you're coming in here because you're looking for tips and advice on how to format your business and what kind of documents you need to get started, believe me, I'm going to get there. I'm definitely going to cover those topics in the future because they are important. But right now, I just want to talk to you about what I call the foundational level. Your foundational level needs to be strong before you can start building up on it and going into these other areas of, okay, this is how you get customers and this is how you sell things and this is how you run your business. We will get to it. I promise, we will get to that. But I think this is a very crucial stage, and these questions that I'm asking you now are going to help you. Sooner or later, they're going to come in handy. At least I hope so. And so I'm creating these foundational videos, audios to help you with that. All right, so today's question is a what question. I would like to ask you, what are you passionate about? So if you're planning to start a small business, or if you have already started a small business, what is it that you are creating or producing? Whether it's a service or actual product, whatever it is, what is it that you are bringing to the market to sell? And whatever it is, whether it is photography, whether it is art, whether it's illustration, whether it's writing, whether it's digital products, whether it is a service that your small business is, the question I want you to ask yourself is, are you truly passionate about what you're bringing to market? So you have to differentiate between hobby and passion. What do I mean by passion? Passion is something that you feel strongly, consistently, every single day that you're alive. In fact, it is the thing that makes you come alive. It is the thing without which you cannot even fathom living. So if you are a writer, you cannot imagine taking off for a week not writing something, whether it's a small paragraph in your journal, whether it is an article, or whether it is another chapter of your manuscript. You must write. It is what you do. You cannot be away from it for any length of time without it being in your mind all the time. That is passion. Hobby, on the other hand, is something you may love to do, you may enjoy doing, but it's not really something that is just completely absorbing every second of the day, your mind and your thoughts and your heart. So if you love to draw, you can draw today. If you skip it for the next couple of days, it's no big deal. If you skip it for another month, no big deal. You'll just come back to it. It is just something that you do because it helps you to relax or relieve your stress or enjoy yourself, or it's just fun, or it's something that you like to do and you may even share, but it's not something that you consider yourself putting out in the market to sell. And again, when I say putting it out in the market to sell, you have to realize that when you are creating something, whatever it is, creation, the part where you're actually producing the work, whatever it is only one aspect of what you have to do as a small business owner. The other side of that is to actually take your work and put it into the market and sell it. So if you're simply doing things, whatever it is, and you're creating these things, but you don't have the heart to go out there and get business for yourself to sell your item, then it may just be a hobby, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely continue to do that and enjoy that and relax with it and share it with whoever you want to share it with. But it's not something that you're trying to build a business on. When you're talking about building a business, you have to go beyond the creative point. You have to go beyond the creation that you're doing. If you're sitting there and drawing and painting and writing and again, even if you're creating content for videos, even if you're putting digital work together, all of these things at some point have to go to the next level, which is the part where you are, as a business owner, are going to be selling these products and services. So that requires you to have a different mindset. You have to be the wearer of many hats, if you will. You have to go from being the creator to maybe the marketer, maybe the salesperson, maybe the person who's the office administrator, maybe the person who's the janitor of your office space, whatever the case may be, to get your business going. Until you are in a position where you can hire other people to do those roles, and certainly you can get to that point, and you may be at that point even starting off. But I, again, have to remind you that I'm talking to people like myself, and that's why this series is called Small Budget Business, because most of the people that are doing the small business that I'm talking about are entrepreneur-minded people like myself, who at the very least in the beginning are doing everything themselves. That involves being the janitor, like I said, being the office administrator, putting out the money for supplies that you have to buy to create the things that you're creating, being the person who's the salesperson, being the person who's the content creator, the marketer, whatever the case may be. You're basically doing all of these things for the most part on your own. So the main point of this episode is to try to determine whatever it is that you're considering having as a business. Is this a passion or is this a hobby? Is this something that you must do, Or is this something you can do without? Is this something that you see yourself building? Or is this something, well, it's nice to have, it's nice to show, it's nice to share, but it's not the driving force in your life. It's not the thing that makes you wake up every morning and want to jump and just get right to work. That's the difference between something that you're doing as a hobby and something that you're madly, passionately wanting to work on and grow as a business. This question is very important, and you should ask yourself this question at this stage if you're beginning. What is it that you're passionate about? Because that is going to help you to determine what kind of product or service you're going to put out there for people, and how you're going to market it, and how you're going to sell it, and how you're going to grow your business. So take some time to figure out whatever it is that you're trying to build into a business. Is it really something that you want to do passionately, or if it's just something that's a hobby or a passing fancy or the thing of the moment? Because if you're working on something that you're passionate about, you will stick to it. You will not consider it work. You will gladly spend your entire day working on the thing because it's so meaningful to you. So differentiate between that to figure out what is it exactly that you want to build as a business for yourself. The next stage of this is to create a portfolio for yourself. So for example, if you decide you are a writer and you want to write and you want to grow your business as a freelance writer, you need to have a portfolio. What is a portfolio? What should go in a portfolio? What should you be looking at? These are things I will discuss in my next episode because it requires details. And I'm trying very hard to keep these episodes short because I don't want to overwhelm you. As I said from the very beginning, I want to be, each one of these episodes, I want them to cover one point so you don't get overwhelmed. So in our next episode, I'm going to discuss what is a portfolio, how do you create a portfolio, what should go in it, and why is it important to have a portfolio, whether you are an artist, whether you're a writer, whether you're a photographer, whether you are just someone who is selling digital products, whatever it is, as a small business, why do you need to have a portfolio? So we will discuss this in the next episode. If you have enjoyed this episode, please leave me a comment below and let me know. If you're enjoying this series, please also leave me a comment and let me know so that I can continue to create these types of videos for you. I'm hoping that they will be informative, they will be helpful, and they will motivate you and inspire you to grow your business. Again, thank you for being here with me. I will leave you with just this one thought. As you're going through this process of trying to figure out what it is that you're passionate about, and if what you are trying to grow as a business is merely a hobby, remember this. It is quite possible that you may be passionate about more than one thing. This is something that has happened to me. I am passionate about history, I'm passionate about writing, I'm passionate about my art, and there are other things I'm passionate about. I love photography, I love other things. But one of the problems that I ran into when I first started was I was getting advice from all kinds of people, well-meaning people, who were telling me, don't do this because it's going to confuse your audience. You cannot go out there and be an artist and also say you're a writer. You cannot be out there saying you're a historian, but you're also designing handmade journals. Well, I want to encourage you not to let that kind of talk get in your mind. The reason is because for me personally, I'm as much an artist as I am a writer. I'm as much a person who loves to design handmade journals as I do writing about history. I cannot take one thing away and work on just the other, because that would destroy me. Everything that I put out there is a part of my heart. It's a part of my life. It's a part of who I am. It would be like having two children and saying just love one, not the other. If I said that to you, would you do that? I hope not. So it's the same way with the path that I have chosen. I love more than one thing. I'm passionate about more than one thing. But what I have tried to do is to create some sort of a cohesiveness with what I do, so it is not confusing for people. In other words, for example, I write about history. I also paint historical moments. And I do the work on my handmade journals. And if you notice, pretty much all of them are very vintage or historically inclined. Now, as part of my business, the second business that I've mentioned before, which is a home decor company, the products that I am creating there and designing there are also of the vintage rustic nature with some bohemian styles mixed in. So it all kind of correlates with who I am. I'm not producing things that are contemporary in the sense of modern design or modern take on things. I'm sticking to what is meaningful to me, what I love, and that's history. Everything that I'm creating is related to history, which is what I love. Now, someone can say, well, what about these videos you're making about small business? That's just me using my experience to bring information out to you, to help you, to encourage you, to motivate you. Because I know that when I was starting, I really did not have any support. I really did not have anyone showing me the ropes and showing me the way. Okay, this is how you start a business. This is what you need. This is how you do things. So I'm hoping that whatever lessons I've learned, whether they were easy lessons or hard lessons or good lessons or bad lessons, I can take those experiences and present them to you so that hopefully you can learn from that and avoid some of the mistakes that I made and have a profitable, enjoyable, growing business, booming business that will make you feel good about what you're accomplishing, give you the opportunity to work on something that is meaningful to you and bring it to the world where other people may enjoy what you're creating and producing. That is the basis of this series. So again, think about what it is that you're passionate about. Try to see if there is a difference between you just liking this thing as a hobby or you actually not being able to live without creating this product or working on this service. Try to differentiate, try to find out, ask those questions to yourself. Is this really what I want to do? Do I see myself doing this 5 years from now? Am I going to still be enjoying this? Is this something that if I don't do for a certain period of time, it's going to drive me crazy because this is what I want to do. This is all I know how to do. Ask yourself these questions so that you can come to an understanding of what it is that you're passionate about, because that question is going to come in handy as you continue on your journey of building a small business for yourself. Thank you so much for coming today and listening to my message. I hope that you will find some information in it that is helpful to you. Please, if you're enjoying this series, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment below, and let me know what you think. like the video, share the video if you think someone else can use this information, and let me know how you're doing. I would love to hear what you're up to, what's working for you, what is not working for you. And if there are any questions that I can answer for you, please reach out and let me know, and I will do my best to help you out. Thank you so much for being here again. And I want to thank my new subscribers who have joined in, who have watched the videos and liked and subscribed to my channel. Thank you so, so much for your support. It means a lot to me. And for all of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here with me. Until next time, keep creating.